welcome to the first day of the English class. My name is Mike. I am the library director here, and I asked George to come and teach English as a volunteer. And he's going to teach English, and many more will come because many people come to the United States, but they don't know how to speak good English. So George is going to make things much better so that everybody can understand English well. So welcome George, Dr. George. And Dr. George teaches many languages, but he knows those languages well. He used to live in Mexico.
For 2 years I was in Mexico.
So, I'm going
to learn Spanish.
I'm going to hand it over to George.
Thank you very much, Director Michael. Tacos. I just love your last name, Tacos. You know, I'm so grateful to you for bringing up this program. I'm so grateful to him for bringing up this program. I wish every library in the United States will have it, because communication is the key. If you can't communicate, how do you get a job? How do you send your kids to school? You know, it's the key to everything. And I'm teaching from my experience, personal experience. So today we're going to begin with.
Also, you call me Tacos.
What's that?
Tacos.
What is that?
My last name.
Tautkus.
Yeah, but the Spanish people call me Taco.
Oh, why did they do that?
Tacos.
No, they don't have to do that. They have to call you Tautkus.
No, tacos. I am Tacos. That's how they remember.
So my dear friends, we're here, and as I was saying before we begin, I'm so glad you're all here to learn English, and it's important to know the other language if you want to teach a different language. For example, I'm teaching to Hispanics, so they are Spanish speaking. You know, they're going to be asking questions in Spanish. And if I don't know Spanish, how would I be able to teach them? So that's why it's important. That Spanish background, it's so helpful for me, because I was in Mexico for 2 years to learn the language and also the culture. You know, it's not the same thing. So I'm so grateful to be here today, and we're going to begin right away. So this course I'm going to do is basically grammar, practicals, and vocabulary, because we need vocabulary to learn a language. And the paper I gave you there, if you could go to that paper, you're going to see the vocabulary of, this is the vocabulary that every Spanish speaker need to know before the first day of learning English. The vocabulary you see there, it's so tiny for you, but I'm going to read it out. And then if you can repeat after me, that's how you're going to learn those new words. So the first word there is A and N. Can you see A and N? Good. So those are indefinite articles. You know, we need them. A boy, a girl, you know, they're indefinite articles. When you don't know somebody, you say, a boy came to my house. Un muchacho, una muchacha. Una. You know, English has just 2. Spanish has 4. Spanish has una, unos, unas. So it depends on the gender. But in English, whether it's a boy or a girl, it's a. You know, it doesn't matter the gender. But in Spanish, it's not the same thing. You see how easier English is. Okay. Good. So the second word there is about. Acerca de. No? I'm speaking about Director Taucus. Estoy hablando acerca de. About. It's acerca de in Spanish. Then you have airport. Aeropuerto. You know, these are words that we need to know from the first day, because to be here, you've traveled, right? So the airport is an important place. Aeropuerto. Then you have America, where we are. You know, in English it's America. In Spanish it's America. The same thing, exactly. And then the next word there is and, which in Spanish is E. In Spanish is Y. Y in English is and. You know, it's important we know that to connect words. George and, you know. And then you have boss. Okay? Boss in English is important. Okay? And then you have box. No, box is caja. You know, I love this course because by the end of this course, you would have seen all the words in English that you need to speak English. That's why I'm so thankful to you for photocopying the vocabulary, and then you have the exercises. Extremely important. Then the next word there is boy, no? Un muchacho, boy, muchacho. Then bosha, folleto, no? Un folleto, I don't have a folleto here, no. It's just, do we have a folleto? No, we don't have. Folleto is not a book, but it's just, it's a brochure.
Brochure.
Yeah, exactly.
Brochure.
Yes, folleto in Spanish. Then you have bus, el autobus, very important.
Can you say it again?
Which one?
Boss, the jefe, y bus, the autobus, para
No, the two of them have the same pronunciation. The boss and the bus, it's the same. So it will depend on the context.
Okay.
If you tell me I'm going to see the bus, then it can be the autobus, right? I'm going to see the bus. I just can't go and see a car. So it depende del contexto, ¿ves? Entonces, los contextos son muy importantes. Then you have business, negocio. Business, negocio. Then you have campsite. Okay, in English it's campsite. In Spanish, lugar de acampado. Acampage, where people meet to, especially in the summer, it's a lot of acampamento. Then you have Canada, okay, car park, aparcamiento. Car park, un aparcamiento. Like in front of the library, we have a car park, aparcamiento. Then you have central. Every city has a center, so center. Yes, and then you have club. A club is a group of people that come together for activities. Un club. It's the same thing in Spanish. Un club, a club. Then you have cocktail. No, cocktail in Spanish is cocktail. A cocktail of fruits, Then you have college. No, es una escuela superior. A college. When you finish high school, you go to a college. So it's escuela superior. Then you have computer, ordenador. Those are important things that you need to write a letter or something, and we have them in the library here, where your kids are right now. Then you have conversación. In Spanish it's conversación, in English it's conversation. You see? Then you have cowboy. We live in a state, we're just not far from Texas, where there are a lot of cowboys. So it's important we know how to say in English. In Spanish it's vaquero, un vaquero. Then you have the design, diseño, to design. It's a verb, un diseño. Then you have detective, detective. It's the same in Spanish as in English. Detective. Then you have director. Okay, director. Okay. He's a director. Then you have disc jockey. Okay, disc jockey. Disc jockey is the same thing in English, same thing in Spanish. DJ, especially in Mexican occasions, you can't lack a DJ. Then you have discount. Un descuento. Can I have a discount, please? Puede tener un descuento, discount. That's descuento. Then you have 8, ocho. England, Inglaterra, it's a country. They speak English. And that's why my English is British, but I'm going to try to speak like an American. I've been trying my best, especially some words. Yeah, so
That's more slang.
exactly. And then you have, excuse me, the school bell. It's very important. Everywhere you go, if you want to ask for something, always say, excuse me, please. If you do that, people are going to know that you're educated and are going to give you what you want. Always say, excuse me. Can I have this? Excuse me. Very important. The school bell. Then you have exercise. Ejercicio. For example, after this class, we're going to have ejercicios that we're going to do together so that we can confirm whether we've learned anything. Yes. Then the next one is film. Una película. A film. Yes, we can project the film, the película, and we're going to watch some films in English to see whether we will, as we go along. Then you have 5, cinco, 4, cuatro. You know, numbers are very important to write a date, to tell your age. You know, we're going to, so this first unit, we're going to see the first 10 numbers. Then as we go, the numbers are going to be increasing. Yes. Then you have game. It's in juego, a game, juego. Then you have garage, garaje, where you keep your car, garage. Then you have gentleman, caballero, extremely important, gentleman. Then you have girl, es una muchacha. Goal, es un goal. Now in English, goal can be when you score a goal when you're playing football. It can also mean I have a goal, like you have a goal to speak English. You have an objective.
Oh.
¿No? También puede ser un objetivo, quiero aprender inglés. That's a goal. Okay? So it can mean in the football field, it can also mean what I intend to achieve. No? Okay? Very important. Then you have goodbye. Adios. Goodbye is adios. Then you have grammar, gramática. Extremely important. Vamos a aprender la gramática en cada unidad que estudiemos. Porque la gramática nos ayuda a hablar bien el inglés. Hablar bien. The grammar is so important, and we're going to see it in this unit. Then you have he. He is a personal pronoun. It's a pronoun personal. El. No. El. Now, in Spanish, you have el muchacho, and then you have el dijo. So, el muchacho is the boy. El dijo, he said. So, Spanish, you know, that's why some people have difficulty in Spanish, because if you see an accent, it can change the meaning of something. So, you have el muchacho, which is the boy. Then el dijo, because he has an accent, it becomes a personal pronoun, he. So this one that you have just seen here, it's a personal pronoun. It's el, which means personal pronoun. Okay? So I just wanted to make that observation. Then you have his, or here is, he aquí, here is. Here is coffee. He aquí el café. Here is the book. He aquí el libro. Here is. Here is. And here is aquí. Aquí, here, aquí. And then you have, here is one. For example, I came in and he gave me coffee. He said, here is one. Here is one. It might be anything. It might be, if I need something, here is one. It must not be something specific. It can be anything that I need. For example, I asked him to photocopy papers, and he gave, here is one. So here are the papers. Aquí están. Aquí. Yes. Then hobby. No? As hobby is the same in Spanish is afición. What do you like to do? What's your hobby? No? Like reading, writing, traveling, they're all hobbies. Okay? Horror. Horror is horror. You know, in English it's horror, right? The H is pronounced horror. While in Spanish it's horror. In Spanish you don't pronounce the H. No, don't pronounce it. Hombre. Same as they say hombre, they say hombre. So in English we pronounce the H, horror. In Spanish you don't pronounce the H. House. Okay? Casa. La casa. I, that's another personal pronoun, Joe. I am happy. Joe estoy. I. It's extremely important, the personal pronouns in English, because in Spanish you don't need to use it. You know, that's a big problem. In Spanish you can just say tengo hambre. You don't have to say yo tengo. But in English you must say I, because if you don't say I, we're going to say, but who's talking? ¿Quién está hablando? So it's important, the personal pronouns in English. Then you have iceberg, you know, in Spanish iceberg also. And then I'd like, that is very important if you want to ask for something in English. In Spanish it's quisiera, I would like, or I'd like. I'd like is the abbreviation. I, apostrophe and a D. But I always like my students to write it completely. I would like. I would like. So would like will be W-O-U-L-D. I would like some coffee. I would like to go. No? Which is going to mean yo quisiera. It's not the same as I want. Because I want is yo quiero. Yo quiero. And I tell my students, please avoid using yo quiero. Always use yo quisiera. Because if you do that, it's more formal, it's more polite. Instead of saying yo quiero, come ahead, you can say yo quisiera. I would like some some bread. I would like to travel instead of I want to, you know. Yes, and then you have the eat. It is ayo. So eat is another personal pronoun, but it is for objects or animals. For example, you have he for men, she for ladies, and it for things. So it came to the house. What came to the house? Maybe an animal. It came to the house. But if you say he came to the house, then it's a masculine, it's somebody. She came to the house, then it is, so he is el, she is ella, and it is a. Okay, ayo can be a thing, it can be, well, that's another topic that I don't want to get into because some people, their animals are genders, they have to be he or she. I don't want to get into that. But according to grammar, the animals fall under this category, eat.
Puede ser para eso o eso es.
Exactamente, puede ser para eso, puede ser para ello.
Okay.
Son cosas o animales.
Cuando digo this, ¿es eso también?
Este
Ah,
es this, es el adjetivo demostrativo.
Oh,
Demonstrative adjective. This is the boy. Este.
Okay.
It's not the same as esto.
Okay.
This is este es. And then you have este, esta, depending on the gender. But in English, it's this boy, this girl, is the same. But in Spanish, no, it's este for masculine and esta for feminine. And then estos for many of them. Estos muchachos. Estas muchachas. We are going to get to that. And then you have jet. Jet is un avión, no? Un avión. And then you have a king, un rey. A king is a rey, un rey. My R is not very good in Spanish. Because in Spanish, R is from here. So please forgive me for that. So when I pronounce rey, I pronounce like a Frenchman. Rey, rey, rey. And the students laugh at me in Mexico.
Reino.
Exactly, el reino. Treno.
The tip of the tongue. Reino.
Treno. Then you have lady. Es una señora. O una dama. Lady. Then,
Doña?
don.
Doña?
So doña is, that's a good question. Now, in Spanish you have don, for example, Don Mike Tacos. It's very respectful. And then doña is another, is a respectful way of calling somebody.
I have somebody in my church whose name is Doña.
Okay.
I always say Doña, but she calls herself Donna.
Okay, I see. So is it her name or is just a title?
It's her name.
Oh, I see. Okay, it means it's not the same of what I'm saying.
Yeah, Doña is like Mrs., right?
Well, Doña is like Miss, correct?
Miss, right?
Yes, Doña, Estelle, Don, Jorge, you know. But
or
you can also,
or lady maybe.
or a lady too. Yes,
See.
correct. But it's good. Once you use those titles, it's of great respect, you know. Don, Jorge, Don, Doña.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then we have to listen, escuchar. Okay, to listen, escuchar. Then you have to love, amar. Okay, that's why we're created, to love one another. Amar, amar. Yo
I
amo.
thought it was amor.
Amor is love, as a noun. Amor is love, but amar is the verb.
Oh, okay.
And then you have yo amo, I love. Tú amas, you love. Él, ella ama, he, she, it loves. You know, so amar is the infinitive. Then you have manager. Okay, like here we have a manager here. He's the manager of this library. Manager or gerente, the jefe. Then market. You know, if you want to buy food, you go to the market. El mercado. Then you have marketing. Marketing is the act of what businessmen do marketing. You know, Amazon, all this marketing. So it's the process of marketing. Advertising it. Thank you. And then you have meeting. A meeting is un encuentro. Like now we're having a meeting. Well, I wouldn't say this is a meeting. It's a class. A class meeting. We are learning. You know, but once you have a meeting, un encuentro con una persona, no? And then you have the Miss. Now we come back to what you were saying. Miss is señorita. So this is a lady that is not married. Señorita. In English, it's Miss, M-I-S-S. Or in the United States, I've been seeing MS also. Okay? But in Spanish, señora is a lady that is married. Señora. Señor is a man. And it depends on señor. If you see a big S in señor, it means it's the person who created us, who is up there protecting us. But if it's a small S, it's señor like me, like
Oh, bueno.
yes, that's important because the Spanish cultures are very religious. See, it's important to subrayar this because some people have been asking me, why is it that some S are big, others are small in señor? It's because the big one is the person, our creator, nuestro Dios.
Big L, right?
Huh?
Yeah, L, maybe big L.
L. Big L?
No, no.
Or big S?
L, no say.
Okay.
No problem.
No? No, did you say big L?
Big L, E-L.
E-L.
L.
Okay, L like in leopard.
Just
Oh.
for El Dios.
Oh, okay. Yes, so El Dios will be the God.
Right,
Okay, that is going to be an article.
right.
And there's another.
No comprende so.
Okay, why it is a big E?
No sé.
No,
No sé.
but I think it's because once you denote God or anything, it has to be big, a big letter. Yes, that's what the grammar tells us. Okay, then let's go to Mr. You see, Mr. is Senor. This is a man who is not married. Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R. Why M-R?
Or single.
Or single. Okay. Then model. So in English it's model, in Spanish it's modelo. Somebody you look up to, you know, or it can be all these people doing models and trying to advertise something for people to buy. Then you have news magazine. Revista de Información. We have a lot of them there. Revista de Información is called news magazine. A newspaper that has it's a magazine that's like a book with pictures. Okay. Then you have the New Zealand, es un país, Nueva Zelanda. Night es noche. Nightclub is local nocturna. Okay. 9. No is no, like in Spanish. So it's the same. No. But in Spanish is no. Right? In Spanish is no. Not no. But they are all written the same.
Really?
Yes, they are written N-O. For example, no tengo. Or puedo comer no. But in English, in English we say no. In Spanish we say no. Right? Exactly. But they are spelled the same.
No.
No. Say no puede comer. Say no. It's not the same as no. It's no. I'm also learning from this experience. It's also making me to, yeah. So you have no comment in English. In Spanish, sin comentario. Somebody is saying something that you don't agree, you just say no comment. Sin comentario. And then not is zero. So in English you can say zero, you can also say not. But this not is British. N-O-U-G-H-T, not.
Oh, no, no, we never use that.
Exactly. In America they don't use it. Aquí se usa cero, es cero. But in Britain they say, that's why to me I like this course because it helps you to be able to understand an Indian who speaks to you, a British, an American, you know, English is diverse from different countries. So that anybody who speaks to you, you can understand. That's why I like this course. It's not limited to American English. Then you have office, oficina. Okay. Can I go to the office? And then you have okay is vale. When you agree to something, in Spanish vale. In English is okay. It's used a lot, so many times. Then you have uno, no? Then you have o, you know, which in Spanish is o, just an o. Yo quiero este o este, okay? And then partner, un compañero, a partner. Please, por favor, extremely important, just as in Spanish in Mexico. Oh, I just love Mexicans. They can ask for something without saying por favor. In English also, don't forget to say please. Please, can I have this? Please, can I have this? And then you have quiz, yeah, a quiz is just like a question and answer. It's just like a test, a quiz. Okay, preguntas, some preguntas, a quiz. So we're going to have a quiz after this to see whether we've understood. It's quiz. Then you have Rockstar, Estrella de Rock, Scotland, Escocia, 7. She, now let's go to she. Ella is another personal pronoun. Very important in English. You have to know them, otherwise people will not understand. You have to say, she took it. Yes, then they know it's a girl. She took it, or she takes it. But in Spanish you can just say tomó. When you say tomó, vamos a saber que alguien, sin decir ella tomó o él tomó. Se dice simplemente tomó. Ok, show, espectáculo, ¿no? Un show, un espectáculo. Single, soltero. Then 6, okay. Skipper, un patrón de barco. Okay, that's a bit.
Skipper?
Yes. Well, in America it might mean something else.
No, it's like a ship captain, right?
Exactly. It's
just
shipper.
very rare because we don't use it.
You don't use it, right?
Yeah.
So one thing with English is that if you want to for example, teacher. So tomas el verbo, agregas una IR y ya es la persona que hace el trabajo.
Oh.
Library, librarian. Sell, seller. La persona que vende. So like this ship es un barco. Entonces decimos shipper es el jefe del barco, el que hace que el barco se mueve.
Okay.
So English is really
Shipper and skipper son sinónimos.
here is skipper. I think that's where there's an exception because not some synonymous. Here is skipper, skip. I don't know why it's skip instead of ship.
El capitán
El capitán del barco, no?
de barco. Sí.
Exactly, skipper,
Sí.
not shipper.
No.
No, en este caso no sigue la regla. Porque en inglés no tenemos to ship.
Ships.
Yes, you can say to ship when you want to send something.
Yeah, sí.
Right?
You ship it. I work, trabajo en el barco.
Exactly.
The ship. I work on a ship.
Mhm.
I work on the ship, but I am the skipper. I am el capitán. I'm the captain.
Oh,
En vez de poner shipper es skipper. Okay? One day when you go to a cruise, maybe I've entered the ship so many times. So when you go to a cruise, just don't forget, oh, this is the skipper, the person who drives the boat.
They say captain.
No.
They always say captain.
Yeah, right.
It's never skipper.
So muchas veces ellos dicen captain. Ese skipper casi no se usa.
okay.
Pero está en el diccionario.
El capitán.
El capitán mejor. Then speaker, no? From speak. Una persona que habla. I'm the speaker. From speak. Speak, hablar, speaker, hablador. To speak, hablar. Muy importante. It's the verb to speak. I speak. Yo hablo. Spelling es deletreado, no? To spell. For example, I can tell you, could you spell boy for me? Put a deletrear boy, which means muchacho, to spell. Okay. Then star, una estrella, star. Una estrella, it can be star. Teenager, un adolescente, a teenager. These are all teens. They are teenagers. Then 10 es 10, no? Test es una prueba o un examen. You have a test tomorrow, tienes un examen mañana. And then thanks es gracias. Thanks, gracias.
¿Me puedo preguntar?
Sí.
¿Cuál es la diferencia entre test y quiz?
No, un test es más como un quiz es una muy buena pregunta. Como maestro, cuando digo a mis alumnos, you're going to have a quiz tomorrow, no es como un test. Es más simplificado. It's easier and it does not have more grades. No tiene muchos puntos como un test. Si no afecta a la calificación. Un quiz es algo así, I'm going to give you a quiz, who can tell me the president of, no, un quiz es algo, no es como un test.
Sí, es corto.
Es corto, exactamente, y es más fácil,
Ah,
¿no? El quiz.
No sé.
Por-
No hablo español.
No. Ok. Porque de mi experiencia cuando doy quiz a mis alumnos es multiple answer, multiple question. Let's see, choose the right answer from the three. So to me that's a quiz. But if it's a test, no, I tell them to do a project. It's more, it's very long. So math or has. Yes. And then thank you is gracias. Okay. Thank you. Then yes. Ese sí es muy importante. Por eso el inglés es el idioma más fácil. English is the easiest language. It has only one definite article. The boy, the girl. It doesn't matter the gender, and it doesn't matter if there are many or not many. But in Spanish we have four. We have el, muchacho, la, muchacha, los, and las. There are four definite articles in Spanish. English has only one. So in English, it doesn't matter the gender, it doesn't matter the number, it's always there. The boy, the girl, the boys, the girls. Siempre there. Pero en español, you have to say el, or la, or los, or las, depending on the number of people or on the gender. You see? So English is very easy when it comes to the grammar. Yes, and then the next one is they. Ellos, ellas. No, they. They came yesterday. Ellos vinieron. They. When you're talking about many people, they, okay? Son pronombres personales, they. Now, tenemos I, cuando yo hablo, I am. Then tenemos tú, you. Then tenemos he, then she, then we, nosotros. You. In Spanish they say vosotros, but in Mexico we say ustedes. So which is easier? So yo, tú, él, ella, nosotros, ustedes. Esos son pronombres personales. Y en inglés es I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Okay? Son muy importantes para hablar. And then you have three, son tres. Then you have top model, es un modelo destacado, some destacar, a top model that everybody knows, no? Then you have three. Now, three is a number, but it can also be a tree, but it depends how you spell it. Un árbol is tree, T-R-E-E. Then you have three, T-H, three. It's the number, no?
Sí.
So esos diferencias son pocas cosas que puede cambiar realmente. Porque tres es three, TH. Pero árbol es three, T-R. You see the difference? Okay. Then you have two es dos, unit es unidad, whales es gales, we nosotros, we ate yesterday, we are in the library, so we are. Estamos en la biblioteca. Vocabulary is vocabularium. Yacht is un yate, a big, especially here. I see many people pulling the yacht, the yacht in the sea. Yeah, I know this is British English. I don't know how you say in America.
How is it spelled?
In English it's H-A-C-H-T. Un yacht, a yacht. But this is British English. It's just like a flying boat. A flying boat. A yacht. Es un yate, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
En el barco, yes.
El barco, sí, es barco, sí. Es for recreations.
For recreaciones, especially now during the summer.
Yacht.
Yeah, and then tenemos yes es sí. And in Spanish, the C in Spanish has an accent towards the right. That is C. Because there's another C which is if. Si no puedo ir mañana, ¿qué hago? That is if I can't. That one has SI. But C, which is yes in Spanish, it's SI with an accent towards the right. C. If you don't put that accent, people will think you are saying if.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactamente. You see that? Can you imagine?
Okay.
It changes everything.
Yeah, so, if I say I understand, how I say that, in Spanish? Espanol is understand, I understand.
Yes, yo entiendo.
Lo entiendo, yeah, lo entiendo.
Okay.
Lo entiendo, gracias.
Él entiende, ha entendido. And then you is two O's there. Now that's another thing. In English, there's no formality. You can say you, even if it's a president, but in Spanish you have to say usted or tú. You know, Spanish we have usted and tú, but in English it's always you. You. It doesn't matter whether you're the president or you are a baby. You know, I say es la diferencia que hay entre español y inglés. En inglés no hay formalidades. Es siempre you. Pero en español hay tú y también hay usted. ¿No? Por ejemplo, si nunca lo había conocido y lo veo, ¿cómo está usted? Because I've never met you before.
Oh.
But I can't come and say ¿cómo estás tú? Because no te conozco.
Bien, ¿y usted?
Estoy bien, gracias. Exactamente. But in English it's you. How are you?
Well, bien, ¿y tú?
I'm fine, thank you. ¿Ves la diferencia, no?
Sí.
Ajá. Y finalmente, cero. ¿Qué es cero? Okay. So in all our classes, Mr. Taukus, we are always going to begin. By the way, I forgot your name. Is it Diana? What's your name again?
Mercedes.
Oh, Mercedes, perdón. So Mercedes, in all our classes, we're always going to begin with vocabulary. Porque es la fundación para hablar. Y después de vocabulario, we are going to go to the grammar. And the first point of the grammar here is el artículo. You don't have it. You don't have it. But we saw it already in the vocabulary.
Need me to make a copy?
No, it's okay. It's just, I have explained, we have all this in the paper. And I think you understand. So do you remember the articles in English? How many of them? Definite. Articles. Definite.
That.
Definite. There. Exactly. So there's only one.
Is there or that?
Good question. Now, they is personal pronoun.
Okay.
They, They. Then the boy. The is the article. The.
Okay.
Right? Spanish, you can help me with the American accent. Is it the. Okay, that's the first one. And then the second is plural. In English, generally, the plural is adding an S, a plural. For example, the boy, the boys. Agregas una S. Al fin de la palabra se agrega una S. Esas son reglas generales. Pero hay excepciones, the exceptions.
Sí.
For example, if a word ends in S, like bus, que es el autobús, it's going to be buses. It's going to be B-U-S-E-S, not only S, but E-S.
Buses.
Buses.
Yeah, they always add an S.
Yes.
So even if it ends in an S, they have to add an ES to make it end in an S.
Exactly. So it's very, these are some of the exceptions. If I had a board, I would have written it down, but we don't have a board. But that's okay. Maybe we can get a board next time, because I can write it for you.
Okay. I think I know that.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad you knew it. There's another one, box. Haha. So boxes. You can't just put S, you have to put an ES.
And
Because
the words that end in Y,
yes.
I-E-S, all the words que terminan en Y es I-E-S.
Por ejemplo, tenemos
Ladies.
ladies. Si se quita la Y, you can move the Y and add IES. Yes. Yes, you're correct.
And it's always.
Those say.
No, we can't say it's always. There are always exceptions. But as far as I know, I don't think, for example, knife. No, knife does not end in Y. Let's take an example to see whether it's always. Which other word do we have in English that ends in a Y? Boy. You see?
Oh,
Boy, but we can't say boy. We can't do that. So don't. It's a gradual process you're going to. And then there's another one, hobby. Yes, hobby. Ends with a Y. You can move the Y and put I in his hobbies. No. So that is remember, the grammar for this unit is the article. I'm glad you know that the article. There's only one in English, the definite article. And then there are two indefinite articles. Now, what is indefinite? Indefinite is un, una, unos, unas, un muchacho. And then definite is the, I know the person I'm talking about. Then we've seen the plural, and then the next thing we're going to see here is their personal pronouns.
So, that personal pronouns you're asking?
No. That's what I want to see now.
Okay.
So the personal pronouns we've seen is I. You remember? Can you tell me some of them?
I, you,
Yeah.
she, they.
But now before, he, she, it.
Oh yeah, it.
So those three are always together. He, she, it. Okay, please write it down. I know we've seen it already in the vocabulary, but just write it. I. Personal pronouns.
I,
So,
you,
he, she, it, we,
they.
you,
You
before
they.
they. Yeah, so the other you is plural. Cuando hay muchos, muchas
Okay.
personas. You are, let me give you a clear example. I, you, he. So you, he can be you and he can be he also. The ustedes is the other you. Exactly. There are two yous. There's the singular and the plural.
But if there's many people,
Exactly.
so then it'd be, you can still say you,
Exactly.
but if you're talking about them, then so you would say they.
Exactly. You see the difference? Oh, okay. So those are personal pronouns which are very important because we need them when we are speaking. And then verbs. We saw some verbs, did we not? We saw some verbs. We saw to speak, to listen, to hear. Those are all verbs. To love. Okay. So in English, verbs with the infinitive always have a to. Por ejemplo, en español tenemos hablar. Se termina con AR. Hablar. Es el verbo en infinitivo. No está conjugado. Hablar. Pero cuando está conjugado, yo hablo. No? Tú hablas. The same in English. In English, to speak. If you say to speak, nothing is happening. But if I say I speak, the action, yo hablo. So it's important to know the difference between the infinitive, which is hablar, escuchar, jugar, comer. They are all in the infinitive. That means they are not conjugated yet. No son conjugados. Pero cuando están conjugados, se cambia. Por ejemplo, tenemos yo hablo. Ya no es hablar. ¿Ves la diferencia entre hablar y yo hablo? Exactamente, cuando entra el pronombre se cambia. Lo mismo en inglés. To speak, I speak. Okay, if you go to the library now and you tell the librarian to speak, he's going to say, what are you telling me? But if you say, I speak, oh yes. So, ¿ves? Es muy importante porque muchas veces some Mexicans come to me and tell me, eat, to eat. And I say, what is happening? They want to tell me I eat. I eat tacos. They tell me to eat tacos. So, we say what? Es muy importante eso, el infinitivo y cuando usas el pronombre. Okay, el pronombre es la acción. And finally, in this unit, we're going to see how to conjugate verbs in English. Now let's take one verb, to love. Can you conjugate to love for me? Let me conjugate for you. To love is infinitive. I love. You love. He, she, it loves. Agregas una S en la tercera persona.
Con she, he.
Sí.
He loves, she loves.
Exactly. La tercera persona siempre se agrega una S. And then we love, you love, they love. Es muy fácil la conjugación en inglés, pero en español es difícil. Es difícil. Yo amo, tú amas, ama, amamos, aman, it changes, but in English it's always love, 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 except the third person. Tomamos.
Español es complicado.
Sí, está muy complicado, pero es bonito. Okay, I want you to conjugate. Which verb do you like in English most? ¿Cuál verbo te gusta más en inglés? Un verbo.
Yo quiero aprender bien lo que es la definición del verbo to be.
Okay.
Lo que es decir el verbo to be.
Entonces, en español tenemos dos verbos to be. Tenemos estar y ser. En inglés es solamente una to be.
Entonces aplica para todo lo que yo voy a decir.
Exactamente.
Oh.
Entonces, no importa si es algo permanente o si es algo temporal.
Oh.
Por ejemplo, en español yo voy a decir, yo soy Jorge. Yo soy.
Okay.
I am Jorge. Pero si yo digo, yo estoy, no puedo decir yo estoy Jorge. ¿Verdad? Yo no lo puedo decir. Porque el verbo ser es permanente. Yo soy, I'm always going to be Jorge. Pero si es algo que cambia, por ejemplo, yo estoy comiendo o yo estoy en México.
Entonces el verbo to be en sí es I am, you are.
Exactamente.
Yes.
I am, you are. Yes,
Ah,
síguele,
yeah.
síguele.
Okay.
Síguele.
He is,
Yes. It is.
you, we
Yeah,
are,
we are.
you are,
They are.
Ah,
Exactamente.
ya.
Siempre es solamente
Sí,
eso.
bolas con eso,
Es
era tan
muy fácil, pero en español es complicado porque there's estoy and then there's ser, and there's soy. So you have to know, if it's something permanent, then you use ser. No, yo soy de México. That's where you're from. But if you say yo estoy, you can't say yo estoy de México because it changes. But yo soy. So, ser is permanent. No, en inglés, ahorita you start estudiando, now you are learning English, so that confusion, let's take it away. It's not there in English. It's simply, I am George. I am from Mexico. I am hungry. I am thirsty.
Y como ahorita, yo quería decir, estoy aquí para las clases de inglés.
Okay,
No supe cómo
I am here for the English class. I am here.
Mis hijos me dijeron cómo.
Okay, I am here for the English class.
Okay.
For the English class. I'm here for the English class. ¿No? Es un verbo muy importante, el verbo I am, el verbo to be. I am, you are. I'm so happy she can conjugate it. That's great. ¿No? Estoy feliz que puedes conjugar el verbo to be. ¿Qué otro verbo puedes conjugar? Ándale. I hope we are good with time, are we? Oh yes, just 10 minutes left. Good.
Pues no sé,
Tomamos el verbo hablar.
hablar. Okay.
¿Qué es?
I speak.
I speak.
You
Yes.
he speaks.
Exactly.
Oh,
He, she,
she
it
speaks.
speaks. Yes.
It speak.
It speaks.
Speaks.
Yeah.
Oh, it entra como
También,
tercera persona
también. Todos los tres son
Todos
tercera
los
persona. Ajá.
Yeah.
Sí.
We speak.
Yes.
You speak and
Yes.
they speak.
Exactamente.
Okay. Entonces estas son tercera persona.
Tercera persona.
It speaks, right?
It speaks.
Yeah, the cat speaks.
The cat speaks.
Meow.
Or it speaks. La tele. No es una persona, es algo.
¿Y eso se puede decir?
Sí, it speaks. Porque no es persona.
What?
You can say it speaks, the TV. Because it's not somebody. It.
What can't you?
Sí.
You could say it, but
Es raro.
Right? Even though it's a big, how does it speak? All
people
technology.
look at me crazy.
Oh.
¿No? Entonces, fíjate, los verbos en inglés son muy fáciles a conjugar.
Sí.
La tercera persona agrega una S. Tomamos otro verbo. Tomamos el verbo viajar.
Yo tengo problemas, si puedo aprovechar ahorita que estoy nada más yo.
Ok.
Cuando vamos a decir el verbo pasado
Sí.
que termina con ed, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Yo no puedo decir como yo cambié, I changed. Como,
Exactly.
como
I
es el
change.
final.
I change.
Change.
Yeah, I change.
Ay, no puedo.
Change.
Otra.
It's past tense.
Exactly. She's saying that she has a difficulty to say the past tense.
Cambio, yo cambio,
Exactamente.
yo cambio.
El cambio de
Como
change.
ya sé cuál verbo.
Ajá.
Talk.
Talk.
Como,
I talk. I
talk.
talked. I talked. Just add an ED. Entonces,
Otra vez.
intento de siempre terminar poniendo el acento. Talked. I talked. I talked to him yesterday.
I talked.
Because if you say I talk, it's not the same as I talked.
It's past tense.
Exactly.
It already happened.
It already happened. So she said that she has a difficulty to say it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a problem.
Talked.
She has.
Talked.
Yes.
Yeah, talked.
Talked.
E-D
Yes. It's just like a T.
is like T, yeah.
Exactly. Es como un T, una T.
They don't say ed, talk it.
No. Talked.
¿Y cómo suena diferente a eso esto? Porque yo es mi problema.
Sí. Ese es talk.
Mi hija dice yo lo hago igual. Dice que yo lo hago igual.
Ok, ese es talk it.
Talk it. Oh.
Y ese talk it no tiene sentido. ¿Por qué dices talk it?
No sé. Yo
No,
creo que
it's
sí,
not
no sé.
even right English.
Right? It doesn't go talk it.
No,
¿Sabes?
never.
En México en la escuela te
Sí.
enseñan gramática.
Ándale.
I spoke
Sí.
it. I spoke it.
Y yo escuchaba al maestro decir igual estos dos. Entonces yo creo que se quedó en mí. Ya
So
no-
she's
ya
saying
no
that in
sé.
Mexico the teacher made a mistake. And he thought he said talked it, but no, it's talked. Talked.
Talked. Oh.
For example, tomamos otro verbo que se acaba con ed, travel, viajar. I traveled.
Eso está más fácil.
Traveled to Mexico.
Sí.
No, let's tomar.
Walked.
Exactly, walked. I walked.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, sí.
No, pero hay otros verbos que no se agrega una ed. Por ejemplo, speak.
No sé.
No, se
Yo-
va a decir I spoke.
Oh.
¿Ves? Ya no va a ser I
Sí.
spoke.
Verbos
Sí, es-
irregulares.
Or
Verbos
I
irregulares.
ran.
I went, no, ese es el pasado de go.
Sí, tengo.
¿Ves? Pero vamos a aprender poco a poco.
Okay.
Son irregulares, they don't follow the law.
Okay.
Okay, terminamos esta clase haciendo la tarea,
Okay.
the exercise. If you turn the page, let's do the exercise and see what we understood this class. Dice, ponga el artículo determinado delante de los sustantivos siguientes. A, houses. ¿Cuál será el artículo determinado?
¿Verdad?
There, muy bien. Excellent. And then B is girl. There.
Or-
The todos, all will be there.
Ah,
Because there's only one definite article. No? Entonces tenemos boys.
The
The.
bus.
Exactly. And then officers. Officers. Ya sabes quiénes son officers, no como la policía. Officer, the policeman, officer. Es
Officer is very polite.
very polite.
For the police officer is very polite.
Yes.
What can I do for you, officer?
Officer. Es muy importante. Even when I drive and the police stops me, on many occasions the police has stopped me. Good morning, officer. It changes everything. They can't give you a ticket.
Oh.
No, you have to respect their officers. You know? See, yes, I'm just telling you for the
Then they
culture.
fall in love, say, oh,
Oh,
call me officer.
yes, they're so happy and they say, well, I'm going to give you a warning.
Lord.
Ya no te van a multar. Te van a dar un
Well, and
warning.
they also, they say, how are you doing, sir?
Good.
And I say, I am doing great, officer. How are you?
Excellent.
I am doing great. How are you?
How are you?
Oh, they just love it. They said, I ran a stop sign one time,
Okay.
and the officer pulled me over. Did you realize you ran a stop sign? I said, oh, I did. He said, yes, you did. Oh, but he said, how are you doing? I said, I'm doing great. How are you? It changed everything. He
Exactly.
said, I should write you a ticket, but my hand's broken.
¿Ves? Entonces, cuando llega la policía y te pregunta, yeah, they always begin by greeting you, right?
Mhm.
No, te saludan.
Usually.
Usually, they saludan, they say, Mercedes, good morning. And then tú también contestas, good morning. You know? And then, who begins by saying, how are you?
You too, right? How are you doing today, sir? Or how are you doing?
Te saludan, ¿cómo estás hoy? How are you, madam? Y tú contestas, I'm fine.
How are you?
Exactly.
How are you? Yeah,
How
I'm
are
doing
you?
great.
How are you?
I am doing fantastic.
Y se sienten felices porque también te interesa su vida. No, you want to know how the person.
All the time they pull somebody over and the driver's going, right?
Yes.
Bad mood, I've been
Exactly.
pulled over.
Uh-huh.
The officer is expecting, the police is expecting, always bad, right?
Right.
But if you say, I'm doing great, how are you doing? It just throws him.
It is. Thank you for that. Guys, it's very important too. No matter the situation, just be good, just be educative. Officer, morning officer, how are you? And then you apologize, I'm sorry, I was speeding.
Never admit, David, never admit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If they say you were going 50,
Fine.
56, never
Just,
say, oh, I'm sorry.
okay,
That's like saying, oh, I was going 56. No.
no,
So
just be quiet.
yes, be quiet. Say, oh, I didn't realize that, or, okay.
I didn't realize that. It's not to realizar, o cuando no sabes algo. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that.
They try to
Realize.
get you to admit something.
Ellos quieren
It's
que
very tricky.
admites que sí estabas haciendo. Entonces, en vez de decir sí, lo estaba haciendo, puedes decir, I didn't realize it. No lo sabía. I didn't realize it, no? Realize, the verb realize in English is a very nice verb. Ok, tomamos el segundo. Ponga el artículo indeterminado a o en delante de los sustantivos siguientes. Girl.
A,
Very good. A girl. Airport.
and,
And because it begins with a vowel. Film.
a film,
A film. Good. Because it starts with a consonant. A film. Definite. These are indefinite articles in English. A and N. You know.
Film, okay, let's see.
Good.
You
Then you
don't
have,
say the film, though.
exactly. No.
It's still proper. It's
Yes. Then you have office.
and of,
And office.
So you made me question my English.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then you have star.
a,
A star. ¿Ves? And then tenemos aquí, ponga los números de 0 a 10 en el orden correcto. So we have 0, 1,
1, 2,
yeah,
3,
yeah,
4,
mhm,
5,
yeah,
6,
mhm,
7,
yes,
8,
yes,
9,
yeah.
10.
Excellent. Very good.
Perfecto.
Perfecto. Forma el plural de los siguientes sustantivos. House.
Houses,
Houses, yes, very good. Agregas una S. Boss.
bosses,
What will you do? What will you add?
yes,
Yes, a boss. Film.
I think it's films,
Okay, you add and what are you going to add?
S,
S. Only S. Very good. And then lady.
ladies, okay, ¿cómo dices en inglés? Quito la Y.
Take away. To take away.
Okay.
Yes.
Take away Y.
Yes. And
Put,
and add.
at, and I.
Or you can say
I,
and
E,
put.
S.
Exactly.
Put is correct?
Yes, you can say and put or an add. You're putting.
Cool.
No,
It makes sense.
Russian
Russian?
president.
No. And then garage.
No sé.
No.
No.
Fíjate, ya tiene E, entonces agregas
Nada
una
más S.
S. Exactamente. Most of the words in English, when that ends the E, just add an
¿Y
S.
cómo suena?
Garages. Yes. A garage, many garages. And then tenemos airport.
Airports?
Sí, exactamente. Una S. Airports. Box.
Boxes.
Very good.
ES.
Yes. Hobby.
Take away Y.
Yes.
Ok, tengo una pregunta. ¿Se dice take away the Y o nada más take away Y?
Take away the Y.
Take away the Y?
Yes.
Okay. Take away the Y
And
and add
yes.
IES.
Excellent. Very good. And then you have meeting.
No, S.
S only. Yes. Plural.
Meetings.
Both of those. Right?
Yes. Reescriba esas frases usando el pronombre. Sarah loves John.
Okay. She loves John.
Excellent. ¿Ves? Jenny and Mark love Scotland.
Supongo sería they.
Exactamente. Excellent. They love. Pues son dos personas, ¿no? Uh-huh. Anne and I love New York.
And, entonces no es and, es in.
Anne and I love New York.
She and I.
No, entonces Anne and I. Entonces yo estoy incluido. Entonces va a ser we.
We,
Porque
no, lo hago una sola.
Nosotros, exactamente. You know, the aim of this exercise is to learn the students to know when to use the personal pronouns. If I'm included, then it's we. Because I can't say you. ¿Ves? You es cuando yo no estoy, es you. O they. Pero cuando yo estoy, es siempre nosotros. Ándale.
We love New York.
Yes. Then the manager loves England.
He.
Very good. The top models love America. The top models love America. Entonces son personas, entonces. They. Very good, very good. And finally, the film star loves the show. Film star. Que es una persona, ¿verdad?
Oh, el que puede ser.
Entonces. Yes, he. The film star, he loves the show. Muy bien. Exercise 7. Añade el presente del indicativo del verbo to love a estas frases. I, Anne.
The love. Okay.
Exactly. I love Anne. Very good.
Okay.
The film stars, Scotland. Son muchos. Son muchas personas. The film stars. Acuérdate que love es solamente, exactamente. Es solamente la tercera. Only the third person you add an S. All the others is without an S. So the film stars love Scotland.
Okay.
We, America.
Love.
Very good. We love America.
John love.
Good. Now, John Dublin. ¿Cómo va a ser?
Loves.
Excellent. Pues tercera persona. John. The managers, London.
Love.
Very good. Muy bien. Muy bien. And then, rellene los espacios vacíos de esta conversación. Excuse. Yes. Yes. For example, you go to the library, you say, excuse me, and she's going to say yes, and then you say, like Coke. I'd like, yes.
Sería gay.
Yes, I'd like a Coke. And then, ¿qué agregas después de pedir? Siempre, please.
Oh.
Please. I'd like a Coke, please.
I like what?
A Coke. Or I'd like a Coca-Cola to drink.
Oh, cool.
Por ejemplo, vas en Walmart. No, not Walmart. McDonald's. I'd like pizza. I'd like chicken. I'd like. No. Please. Siempre pongas please. If you say please, or I'm going to say this girl is educated. And then, oh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it is the C. I know what you're asking. If one
Very, very useful word, okay.
Yes, very useful. It just those two letters, but very important. Okay. And then finally, thanks. Ahí está. And finally, exercise 9. Escriba los números en letras y forme el plural de los sustantivos. 8 computer.
Computers.
Exactly. 8
Yes.
computers. And then film star.
Stars.
Ándale, very good. 9 washer.
También es.
La es, muy bien. Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice?
Bushers. Es uno. Bushers.
Brochures.
I want 10 brochures. You have to.
1,000 brochures.
Exactly. And finally, 5 girls. 5 girls. Yes. Okay. So that's how this program is going to be. Every time we're going to do vocabulary, then grammar, and then we end with an exercise. Okay. Y vas a ver que vamos a hablar, vamos a hablar.
Necesito.
Sí, aquí vamos a estar. ¿Preguntas? Any questions?
No, resolvidas.
Okay. Okay. Muy bien. Entonces, next Saturday. See you next Saturday. Thank you for coming very early, punctual.
So,
Yes.
Professor Jorge,
Sí.
wait. I really like mucho gusto your class. teaching.
Okay.
I,
Me gustó mucho tu clase.
yes. Yeah, I'm learning Spanish, but my Spanish is very bad, so.
Está aprendiendo español. Pero sabe escribir muy bien. You write very well. You write very well. Your Spanish is good in writing. But you just have to practice.
Except
La
I
práctica es muy
just
importante.
spelled a key today.
Huh?
I spelled a key today.
Oh, did you?
A-K-I. I should have said
Yeah,
A-Q-U-I, right?
Aki. Aki. Okay, oh, Aki. Aki.
Yeah.
Aki. A-K-U-I. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You didn't catch me.
No, I thought it meant key to open.
Oh, got it.
Yes, good. Okay, we are good with that. Muchas gracias.
Gracias a
De nada, de nada. Nos vemos la próxima. Si Dios quiere.
Conservo esto.
Sí, es usted. Es para usted. Ándale. Para revisar en la casa, you know. Uh-huh.
Now, if you have friends,
Yes.
los amigas y amigos who
If-
want to learn
Yes.
English,
Diles.
invite them.
Invite them. Invítales.
Voy a- ajá, voy a-
Que vengan.
Mi esposo quiere que venga, pero no quiere.
Oh.
Siente pena.
¿Verdad?
Ajá.
She says many of them are ashamed.
Or what?
Pena. When you have pena, they are shy or ashamed to learn.
Oh,
And I tell people that is the secret. If you want to learn, you don't have to be ashamed.
no, there's no reason to be ashamed
Exactly.
because we all need.
Exactly. We all need.
Tell them, it was very fun. How should you say fun?
Es muy divertido. Tell them.
Divertido.
Muy divertido. Muy
We had a good
divertido.
time. Next time we bring snacks and
Exactly.
we have a good time. No, felicidades
Exactly.
party. What do you say party?
Fiesta. La
Fiesta.
próxima vez fiesta. Ah, sí, sí.
Yesterday English.
Ajá.
Eso le voy a decir.
Ándale, que estés muy bien.
Muchas gracias.
De nada, de nada. De nada. Ándale.
Gracias.
Adiós. Yes, sir.
Very good.
I'm happy with
Good job.
Yes. I really like the course because there's grammar, it has vocabulary and exercise. The exercises confirm that she understood the course.
Yeah, maybe when I took a German class, he would have us get up in front of the class and speak German. Afterwards, like sometimes when we learn enough German,
Okay.
we would have to get up and talk,
Exactly.
have a conversation in German.
Hopefully when we have 2 or 3 more students, we can ask them to come and talk and practice, you know.
Practice.
Good, practice.
Yeah.
We just have to.
Then we get the AI they can talk with the AI,
Good.
right?
You will love this AI thing.
So,
AI.
watch this. No, let's do another one. Do another AI, right?
Mhm.
ChatGPT.
Just 1 second, let me off my video. I just like keeping my classes and listening to them and evaluating myself.